Express Nanoplasty. Hello, welcome to SOS Flora. In this live, I'm gonna teach you, hairdresser, how to achieve the OMG effect in hair straightening right on your first application. My name is MJ. I'm a nanoplasty specialist, and I'm here today to explain to you the benefits of the Nanoplasty Express, that it's in 45 minutes, get the whole treatment done. It's incredible, it's amazing, and it was a great success at the expo. So that's why I decided to talk about this solution here today. So welcome all of you. Thank you so much for being here again with me. I was missing to be able to spend time with you guys. I think on the last couple of weeks, we've been so busy. We are still very busy after the expo, fulfilling all the orders, making sure that you guys will receive your products. But I'm very excited today to talk about the Express Nanoplasty, which was a product that actually surprised me at the expo. A lot of people interested to know this solution, because the reality is we started a revolution when we started with Nanoplasty 5 years ago, but now the market, it's way more mature. People know a little bit more about nanoplasty. They come to you with this name of nanoplasty. Thanks, Susie. Thank you so much for the feedback about the shampoo and the mask. Thank you. So your clients come to you with a little bit more of knowledge of what nanoplasty is, but they still don't full understand. So what happened when they don't full understand? The solution, it's more expensive than keratin, because you know that it will last longer than keratin. So what happened is, when you offer them the solution, they say, oh, it's quite expensive. I think I'm gonna stay with what I normally know. Obviously, there are most of you that are absolutely in love with the nanoplasty. You really know how to convince your clients, you know. Karen, yes, Karen, and I've got your video here. Can I show the video that you sent to me? If you know, please let me know, so then I can show here on the live today the video that you sent to me about the Express Nanoplasty last week. So then the Express Nanoplasty is an amazing way for you to initiate the conversation, saying, hey, if you're not keen to start the nanoplasty full, you know, the full results that last several months, we can start with the Express one that takes 45 minutes, and it will give you a glimpse of what it is. So my clients are doing that a lot. They're actually using the Express Nanoplasty in 3 situations. First one is regrowth. Second one is to do just a smoothing system in someone's hair for a short period of time, and after bleach. So they are using in these 3 different circumstances, and they are doing really well. But what is the nanoplasty, the Express Nanoplasty? So the Express Nanoplasty is a solution that Floractive created to be a enhancer of shine, and also be able to create on the hair the transformation that the hair needs in a short period of time. Only because the nanoplasty, the full solution, is amazing. You know that it's revolutionary. It changes the hair from like really brittle, damaged, curly, afro, kinky, to a really smooth, straight, shiny, and really healthy hair in one application. But it takes around 3 hours to be done, and we know that, which for some people is all right, especially when you have a busy salon. But when you are a home salon and you're doing 1 nanoplasty each time, you have 1 hour, which is a time that is, you cannot add sometimes something in between. So the nanoplasty, the Express Nanoplasty, is an amazing way of you to have someone that comes in, and in 1 hour you can even fit between the nanoplasty application and on the waiting time, you can fit another nanoplasty system, which is the Express one. So the application for that product, it's quite simple, because all Floractive products will have very similar ingredients. The only thing that differs from one to the other is the capability of making the hair straight and how long the hair will last like that. So on the Express, we have less components that makes the hair straight, and obviously that makes the longevity of the product be reduced to 2 months. 2 months, actually, the hair will start fading, which means that they got probably gonna be very okay for about 3 to 4 months. So when I say it lasts 2 months, it's not because it lasts for only 2 months. It will start fading after 2 months. So in 2 months, they're gonna have a really nice hair, and then after 2 months, they will feel like, okay, I feel that it's the solution, it's kind of getting weaker every time. But it's an amazing introduction. It's an amazing product for you to start your conversation, or even to convince someone to start with you. And also, I think bleach is the situation where we get more frustrating, because I remember when I didn't have the nanoplasty done and I started changing my hair very, very young. I think I've done my first bleach when I was 14. So I remember when I've done the bleach for the first time, and oh my god, my hair was so frizzy. It was a frizz ball, like it was so frizzy. My hair is very curly, so the curls, I was brushing and it was becoming so huge around my face, and I felt like if I had something like this, I would enjoy 2 months of a really nice blonde hair. So and Susie's asking, so it starts to wear off after 2 months? Yes. So they will start feeling that they need to redo it probably about 3 months or sometimes 4 months. So in 2 months they will still have a really good result. Let me show you here the result of my client. Look at that. Look at the result after the express nanoplasty. See this is absolutely amazing. This is Karen's work, and she's done absolutely amazingly with the express nanoplasty. So you might be asking, MJ, the express nanoplasty is exactly the same as the W1 or the W2. The potential of straightening is reduced in longevity, so it will last less, but the potential of making the hair straight, it's very similar. Really, you can make a hair absolutely straight only using the express one. Obviously, that if someone has an extremely damaged hair, if the ends of the hair are extremely damaged and dry, I would definitely advise you to pre-treat the hair first, as we normally do for the nanoplasty. You treat the hair first, you get rid of that damaged ends, or you give some hydration to the hair first, then you apply the nanoplasty. It's safe to use on pregnant women and people who are going through autoimmune disease and having chemotherapy. We've done on top of chemical curls, like people that had done chemotherapy and they had the hair texture changing after the the treatment, and it was amazing. The only thing is, pregnant woman, as a brand that sells product, I need to be very cautious about that. And not because the product can cause any harm. It's not about the product can cause any harm. It's women that go through pregnancy, the hormone changes a lot, the skin become more sensitive, and there is always a risk of miscarriage, you know, around the 3 month mark. So they need to be aware that the product doesn't cause any harm to them or to the baby. But if they still feel unsafe about it, they can take a photo of the ingredients, they can take to the doctors and be cleared about that. Because if eventually they lose the baby for any reason, we're not gonna make them feel that it's because of the nanoplasty. And I think this would be very devastating to a salon. Imagine someone come back and say, I lost my child because of you. I would hate my hairdressers go through something like that. And to be safe for you, because as you are dealing with final clients, you need to be safe about that. It's like restaurants. You know, that food can cause anything to someone. No, the food is fresh, the food is cleaned, and etc. But if they have a food intoxication, they definitely gonna come back to the restaurant and say, I ate something here that gave me this and that, even if on the way they got something from McDonald's. You know what I mean? It's just about being safe, and those things are sensitive, and that's why I sell to professionals only, and that's why I need to be cautious about that. Thank God I don't sell to the public. Imagine the public having access to this and having people complaining and saying, oh, I've done the nanoplasty with you and my hair now is burned, blah blah blah. So it's important to be reminded about that. Chemotherapy, if they've already finished the chemotherapy, there is no issue for them. But if they are under chemotherapy, they are having a lot of different changes on hormones on the body, and that will probably have some impact on the hair. And imagine someone that goes through chemotherapy, the hair will fall. And if they've done nanoplasty, they will probably tell you that it's because of you, not because of the chemotherapy. So as a professional, we need to be aware of that. You know, have waivers for people to sign, for them to be aware that there is no ingredient in the formula that can be harmful for you or for the baby, you know. But because we are dealing with people, we need to be cautious about that, okay? And that's why I say there is no issues on the formula that can cause any harm. But if you are dealing with someone with a special situation, I would definitely make them feel comfortable around that, knowing, you know, all the list of ingredients and etc. Let me stop this sharing this video. So the Express Nanoplasty is an amazing solution for you to have in your salon, for someone that wants a quick service and someone that wants to do the regrowth, or someone that just finished the bleach. Why I can do nanoplasty, the Express Nanoplasty after the bleach, and I cannot do the nanoplasty, the traditional one after the bleach. So I'm gonna say something here. I'm gonna regret about it, but I'm gonna say you can do nanoplasty after the bleach. You can, but the thing is, you're gonna use a good amount of heat to do the full nanoplasty. And then, okay, it's asking very polemic questions at this live today. An 80 years old client, I wouldn't do it myself, MJ. Why I wouldn't? Because a 80 years old doesn't really know what she wants to wear on her hair. She doesn't know really the hair texture, how to deal with that. She's gonna have that hair changed for a year. And in Brazil, for example, we're not allowed to do any change of the face or the hair in someone that doesn't have enough age to choose something for themselves. You know what I mean? It's like making an 80 years old make a huge decision of, now you're gonna have your hair straight because you chose. I don't think an 80 years old have enough age to choose something like that. The parents would choose for them. So if the parents are okay with that, you can do it, as long as you don't apply near to the skin, not even close to the skin. And the reason why I don't recommend is kids have sensitive skin, way more sensitive than adults, and they will have itchiness more intense than an adult. And that's why I don't really recommend to do before 12, because before 12 I feel that they don't know what to choose. After 12 they kind of know if they really like to use the hair curly or not, and it's a decision that they are doing for themselves, not the parents are doing. You know, I'm not gonna force my child, because it's hard for me to do the hair, that she needs to wear the hair straight, because it's easier for me as a mom to brush her hair, you know what I mean? But I've done in a 6 years old once, because her hair was actually very difficult for the mom to deal with. She had dreadlocks all around her scalp. It was very hard for the mom that was Australian, that she was married with a Jamaican, to deal with the hair of the daughter, because she didn't have the similar hair type. So for her it was actually the life changing for her and for the daughter. So in this circumstance it was okay. I avoid the roots. What I do when you have someone with a very sensitive skin, put the moringa oil on the tips of your fingers, scrub around the hairline, so then the product doesn't touch directly on the scalp. Kids have more sensitive skin, and the base of the product is similar to a lemon base, which can be irritating if it stays on top of the scalp for a long time, especially for a child. So you're not gonna see me here saying, yes, do on everyone, do it on people with psoriasis, with cancer, with everything, because this is natural, organic, and it's not gonna cause. No, it's an acidic product. It's an acidic product that if it touches the scalp of someone that have extremely irritating scalp, it's gonna generate a bit of itchiness, which is, you know, you can prevent that to happen if you know the disease, or if you know the problem, and you don't apply directly on the scalp. Products that are made to apply on the scalp, they have a different pH. So for example, the Express Vinegar, the Express Nanoplasty has a different pH, which is better to use on the scalp than actually the nanoplasty. And the nanoplasty is a more intense solution that will be there for an hour, that it's gonna leave the hair straighter for long. So the express vinegar, you're not gonna have sensitivity. It will be very rare for you to feel itching the scalp with that vinegar solution. Hey Lee, how are you? Hey mom, I love you. Very good to see you all here. If you guys have any questions, please ask me here. This is the time for you guys to ask the right questions. But the application of the express vinegar is quite simple. If the hair is dry, really dry, and you feel that you're going to use a lot of product, another thing that is important to remember is the express vinegar, when you spray, it's not like this. The spray is not like that. It's directional. So then you apply exactly where you need to apply. So don't feel like, oh, I think this is broken. No, it was actually created and designed to be like that, so you don't spend the product. Because when the product goes like this, you spend on the sides. Sometimes the sides doesn't go directly to the hair. So because it's a solution to specifically to make the hair straight, you don't want to waste any drop of the product. So we create the spray to be directional. So you're gonna be spraying directly on the scalp, you know, like on the hair. You're not gonna be from the distance as you do, for example, with the macadamia serum. So if the hair is extremely dry and you feel that you're going to waste a lot of product, what you do, you mist the hair first with water. So you grab a spray and you mist the hair with water first. So once the hair is mist, when I mean mist, it's just wet. It's not dripping water. It shouldn't be dripping water. If you have the hair so wet that it's dripping water, you blast dry the hair until you feel that the hair is humid but not dripping water. So then what you're going to do now, you're going to leave the solution on for 25 minutes. Obviously apply it all, brush it through. The hair needs to feel wet but not really saturated. It doesn't need to feel saturated. Then you leave it on for 25 minutes, rinse it out, everything. And that solution, you need to rinse everything because it otherwise becomes tacky. You know, it's a solution that if you dry on the hair, it becomes very tacky. So you remove the solution, everything, rinse it all out, blast dry, pass the straightener, or blow dry and pass the straightener. You're gonna pass the straightener in the same temperature that you would do for the nanoplasty, just you're gonna do less passes on the hair. Okay, it's not to be a substitute of the W1 or the W2. No, it's a lighter solution. Okay. They say, do you need to do a pre-treatment before the express if the hair is damaged? Yes. So the same rules will be applied if the hair is damaged. You will need to use the 21. You still need to use the serum if the hair is really dry. Then after that, you don't need to wash the hair again. Why, MJ? So why do I need to wash on the W1 and I don't need to wash on the express? Because the express already have a vinegar pH, which is very close to the pH of the scalp. So you don't need to equalize the pH. And also the intensity of heat that we use for the express is way less than what we use for the W1 or for the W2. So you don't need to wash the hair back. All right. And obviously the home care, I will always recommend our home care solution to have better outcomes. I think we've been changing the way we speak about the home care along of the time, because really the clients are seeing the huge difference when people comes back using the proper home care and when they are using anything else. So I know that there is so many good brands out there, but if you are using Nanoplasty by Floractive of any kind, if you are using the Botox, if you are using the Nanoplasty, if you are using the Express Nanoplasty, I would definitely recommend you to acquire the home care line, because you're not going to regret. Your clients will come back with, you know, really good results. I think there is a testimony that someone sent to us. Let me see if I found it. It was so funny. The testimony was so funny. She says something like, what the hell, is that normal? It's been 5 months that I've done my hair and it looks absolutely perfect. Is that all right? You know, she was saying, is that okay for the hair to be like absolutely intact in 5 months? It's crazy. It looks crazy, you know. By now I would be redoing it. And this is such a good compliment in my vision, you know, to have the hair done like that. And today as well, I had a conversation with a client. I was in a doctor's appointment and I was texting her, and she said, I'm charging this amount and I don't know if I'm charging a lot or if I'm charging too little. And I asked her how much you were charging. So she told me, and I said, this is a bit more than what the other clients are charging. And I said, do you have any issue with that? She's like, absolutely not. I didn't have any issues of charging that, and that's why I'm so surprised. And then I say, but think about it, your client that used to pay, you know, a lower amount 3 or 4 times in a year, they're not going to be charging that, you know, they're not going to be spending that, so they know how to count. So Gillian, it's asking, if I just blow dry and not straighten, it will still take away the frizz but leave the curls, or it's just for the W1? Okay, so the Express Nanoplasty solution has less potential of making the hair fully straight as the W1. So if you blow dry the hair alone, you're gonna remove the frizz. You definitely will. You don't need to pass the straightener, but you need at least one source of heat making the hair straight, or blow dry with a brush, you know, properly straight. Or if you don't know how to do that, or if it's not really familiar to you using the brush and straighten it smooth, you're gonna do blast dry and pass the straightener. But you need at least one source of a hot tool making the hair straight. You can't just blast dry and tell them to go home, because they're not gonna have the effect. You need one source of a hot tool making the hair straight, you know, smoothing it out, or blast dry and passing the straightener, or just blow dry. And one important thing is, you are not going to apply the same amount of heat, the same amount of passes that you do for the W1 for the Express. It's not required to use the same amount of heat. Like, you don't need to pass 10 times the straightener. You're gonna pass the straightener maybe 4 times max. You're not gonna pass a long time, you know. A little off topic, how does the Botox last in the hair if done alone, and how many passes with the straightener? Marie, the Botox, we've got a line of BTX, that is the Botox, and you can do the Botox result on the W1 or the W2. And the application for both of them, for the BTX or for the W1 as the Botox, will be apply on dry hair, leave it on for 1 hour, rinse it out, and blow dry. But blow dry each section, divided each section one by one, smoothing with a brush, with a round brush. You're gonna do a proper blow dry, a proper smoothing blow dry. Don't worry about it if you're curving the hair in, if you're creating bangs, or if you're just curling the ends a bit. Doesn't matter. It's not gonna create that curve. We don't have a formaldehyde, which is the ingredient that normally creates the curving ends, or the kink, or the clip, or the mark. So if you blow dry the hair, curling the ends in, obviously that you're not gonna do rings, on the hair. You're gonna smooth it out, but you can curve the ends a little bit in without creating any issues on the hair. So when they wash the hair, they're not gonna obviously wake up with the bangs, and the hair all curvy on the ends, but definitely the frizz will be done and the hair will be much straighter than it was originally. So the Express Nanoplasty, it's really taking off crazily. I knew that would be like that, but I was so surprised with the outcome, of the vinegar. I was when I say vinegar, it's because it's a capilla vinegar that is the Express Nanoplasty. I was very surprised with the results in different hair types, because a solution like that, you think, oh, it's gonna work just for fine hair, it's gonna work for thin hair, but actually works for every hair type. It's so amazing. And it obviously, because it's a solution that it's lighter, you're gonna use that for all the hair types, and you're not gonna make the hair brassy because the amount of heat that you're gonna use will be reduced. So you don't need to be worried about making the hair yellow, after the Express. So I've done Express on top of bleach, I've done Express on top of bleached hair, and it was the outcome was amazing, because you actually smooth the hair in a lower temperature, a little bit lower than what you do for the Nanoplasty, and that obviously impacts a lot on the color change. Obviously you need to use the heat protection as well, don't forget about that. If the hair is really dry, don't forget to use the macadamia. And how much should I charge for the Express Nanoplasty? my clients are charging about 180 to 250 for the regrowth, because this is the cost of normally a regrowth. Oh yeah, Dan is asking that. But if you are doing the whole thing, I would definitely be charging them similar prices of the keratin, because you're gonna take you know, you are gonna have and give them pretty much the same results of the keratin, not on coating the fiber. Okay, so let me get clear on that. It's still a nano solution. You're not gonna be coating the fiber, but you're gonna be giving them the longevity of the keratin. So I will be charging less obviously than what I do for the nanoplasty because of the longevity, but my clients are charging around 200, 250, max 300 when the hair is long and they need to do that. So but prices are really depending on where you are based. You know, the prices that you are charging in Southwest will be different than the what's the name, the northern beaches. You know, it will be different. You need to work out what is really makes sense in regards to the return for your investment. So the nanoplasty, the express nanoplasty, is an amazing return for your investment. You know, what's the difference between the nanoplasty and the express nanoplasty, Kalisa? The difference is the express nanoplasty will start to wear off after 2 months. So in about 3 to 4 months, they're gonna come back to redo it. And the nanoplasty by the W1, it will last about 8 months. So the longevity of the product is different. But if you guys still have any questions about the express nanoplasty, my team will be inbox responding to you. For whoever is new here, this is a result of the express nanoplasty, and it's from one of my students. She done an amazing work with the express nanoplasty. It was absolutely stunning. You know, look at this hair, look the shine of this hair, look at the glossiness and the soft feel, and it's a thick hair. I will see if I can find it before to show you guys, but it was absolutely amazing. So I hope you guys have an amazing day. We're gonna have another live on Friday because I didn't have the live with you on Monday, and there is so much that I want to say. Also, I want to enjoy this moment that we are here to tell you about the Look and Learn, that it's gonna be on Monday on my working workshop. And this workshop, we're gonna be able to dive into the nanoplasty world. We're gonna do one hair type together, and I'm very excited to show you guys the results. We're gonna have a brunch together, a time to talk, and also discounts, exclusive discounts for whoever is on the Look and Learn, that is going to be in Moorebank from 10 to 2. So if you would like to participate on the Look and Learn, you can enroll on the link that it's on my biography. So if you see my profile, you click on the link on my profile, and you will be able to enroll for the nanoplasty in your region. So we've got different trainings in different regions, and then you can choose the region that you are to get the nanoplasty, you know, the one-on-one experience. And it will be very amazing. We've got a lot of people signed in. I don't get big groups. I just don't get big groups, because big groups, the absorption and the knowledge is really low. Nobody asks questions, they scared. So I like smaller groups, so I can spend time talking. I can ask questions without being, you know, ashamed of asking, because there is too many people in the room. And I think that's a good way of you having a good experience as well. That includes a demo on the express nanoplasty. Margaret, I'm really thinking about adding the express on this next demo, because I think would be important for people to see that in person, you know. So I'm thinking about it. It's not included at the moment, but I'm really thinking about that. I'm gonna talk to my team right now if we can find a model for the express one. But very good to talk to all of you. If you want to enroll, don't forget about clicking on the link on my profile and enroll for this Look and Learn experience, which is amazing. So you're gonna have a certificate on the day. You're gonna have also a nice brunch with me. You're gonna have the chances of asking all your questions and see this hair type being done right in front of you. So thank you so much, guys, for the participation today. Mwah! And I'm very excited to see all of you on the Look and Learn on Monday. See you guys. Bye.